Hey everybody, it is Maurice, and I'm in a car. I'm waiting at the DMV, but I have a quick. I wanted to do a quick video to talk about something that I have been having conversations with my friends about. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube and TikTok and all of the social platforms, basically talking about where we are at economically, the kind of societal unrest that we see, globally. And really, I guess I wanted to talk quickly about the economic portion of things. And I was having this conversation with my friend yesterday, the day before yesterday, and we were talking basically about how, yes, things are crazy expensive. I mean, I don't know, rent and things like that. Like, we can't control what the cost of rent is. That is most of our highest expense. But there is another line item, I feel like, that a lot of us are kind of like, some of us are kind of like overlooking, and it's not a specific thing. I would say that the line item should just be called consumerism. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us are in the mindset of being a consumer always. And I think that it is incumbent upon us to pull ourselves out of that, to really start thinking about the purchases that we make, the transactions that we're involved in, and think about the impact that has on our financial health. I work in marketing. I've worked in marketing for the last 10 years, and I've worked in marketing from lifestyle to PR to beauty. When I say PR, I worked as a publicist and at a PR company that focused on lifestyle and entertainment, and lifestyle, fashion, and entertainment. But what I see in my work is that there is no restraint from the end of the marketer. From the end of the marketer, we we will consider the fact that, like, maybe so-and-so doesn't have this amount of money to be able to purchase this product. So then we'll go into discount offerings and stuff like that. But I think that is just important for us to be vigilant for a lot of these things. And I think that as a marketer, the more I've grown into my career, the more I recognize the importance of having some kind of responsibility in the marketing that we do, and making sure that, like, we aren't, like, number one, selling lies, but number two, like, over pushing products to people, and so I just think that, but that's how my mind works when I think about that, when I think about the marketing aspect of it. But you have to recognize that marketing, this is a business. So, Maurice's mindset about, like, well, we should be more conscious of the consumer, that's just me, you know what I mean? And quite honestly, a marketer like that will not last long in most organizations, you know what I mean? And so the responsibility is really up to the consumer to recognize that they are acting in the role of a consumer. Everything you see in a TikTok shop, you don't need to buy. Everything you see on Instagram, you don't need to buy. Or on Amazon, I've always felt like this. I feel like if you are running out on Black Friday to buy a new TV, and a new TV was never anything that you needed, that is not a discount. I don't feel like that's a discount. Spending $300 when I already have TVs and I just kind of wanted to maybe, like, replace one just because, to me, that's not a discount. That's being a consumer. And I think that we've got to really think more about our buying habits, our spending habits. We really just have to, because we are consistently and constantly being pushed against the wall as consumers. We are, it's always taxes, or it's always, this that you got to pay, or the newest car that came out, or the newest iPhone just dropped, or the newest Android is coming out, or did you recognize that they have this new gadget that is great for your kitchen and great. It is non-stop selling, and we don't need everything. You know what I mean? Like, we just don't need everything. And I think that a lot of us we've put ourselves in a position, some as a fault of ours and some no fault of ours, to where we literally have gotten to a place where we've dug ourselves into a hole and that we can't get out from a financial perspective, because we are always indebted to whomever is on the other side of any particular product or service. So my advice, my unsolicited advice, as a marketer, is to be more vigilant, to try to tap in and to know when something is being sold to you. And then also ask yourself, is this something that I need at this point? Because personally, I've been guilty of it, going to like something like H&M. And when they've set up their floor plan, and you walk in and you see A, B, and C, and you want to grab it. You know what I mean? And it might not be here tomorrow. It might not, you want to grab it. And so my advice to you is if it's not there tomorrow, then you didn't need it. Like one of those things. I've constantly have to make sure that I'm checking in with myself and say, Maurice, do we need this? Let's take a step back. It's in your cart. Let's see how we feel tomorrow. You know what I mean? But I think that really is one of the only ways that we as individuals will be able to take control of our own lives, of our own finances, and start dictating the stories that we want for ourselves. We don't need to let the credit card companies or these big box stores dictate how we should be living, what we should be buying, what makes us happy, what brings us joy, what fulfills us. How could we expect them to do that? And so I think that it requires a lot of thought, a lot of evaluation, and more than anything, a lot of discipline, really, to be able to make the right decisions that will have an impact on our financial standing, and will also impact our abilities to build up more or not, based off of what those financial habits are. And listen, I'm just somebody that has started figuring it out on my own, like, through reading and blogs and, like financial advisor, like I didn't grow up like just like being like financially literate or anything like that. This was really just me, like something has to change, And maybe I was fortunate enough as a marketer to have a peek inside of what it looks like to appeal to consumers. So I was already catching on to some of these kind of gimmicks that we see out in the world. So my advice, my unsolicited advice, is to get control over your pockets, to get control over what is being sold to you, and then to make the decisions that makes the most sense for your life. I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Deuce.